Hey, let's get ready with me using my Seint makeup palette. Now, I am a makeup lover, so I have a lot of makeup in my palette. But if you are not as much of a lover as I am, there are smaller palettes that you can use to create. But let me show you how I get ready and show you how easy it is to get ready in the day, in the morning, in the day, wherever time of day you're getting ready, using everything at your fingertips. Now, my Seint makeup palette includes everything that I need for my face except for my mascara. I already applied my mascara and everything else fits in my fingertips in this palette. So I have my foundation, my concealer, my bronzer, my contour. I have my lip and cheek. I have color correctors. I have illuminator and powder and eyeshadows and brows and eyeliner and all the stuff. So it is so cool to have everything at my fingertips. I love it because it helps me get ready quickly. I'm not rummaging through my makeup bag full of stuff, and everything fits into one place. It's customizable. When something runs out, I can just take it out. Like some of my favorite eyeshadows you see are kind of looking sparse, and so you can just take it out of the palette and replace just that tin. So it's space saving, money saving, time saving, all the things. So I'm going to start by I'm just going to use a few brushes. If you really love brushes, you can use a ton of brushes, but you can use just a couple. I'm going to go show you how simple it is by using just one brush to apply the makeup on my face, and then an eyeshadow brush for my eye stuff. So I'm going to start by using my color corrector. Now, not everyone will need a color corrector. It kind of depends on if you have discoloration on your face, if you have hyperpigmentation, if you have dark circles, redness. That's when you're going to need a color corrector. So I personally need a color corrector because I do have dark circles and I do have some redness on my face. So I just apply a small amount of product for my color corrector. You can use loose powder with this if you want to, but also my palette contains pressed powder right here. So if you prefer loose powder, you can use loose powder and put in your makeup bag. I actually like this loose powder. This is great. I have a makeup bag that I keep my palette and my brushes in this bag. So anything extra that you want to put on top of what's in this palette, let's say you have, like I have my eyeshadow primer is in my makeup bag too. So anything extra you can just put in your makeup bag. But it's just nice because it does cut back on the amount of products that you have, and everything is most likely in your hand. So I'm just doing that light layer underneath my eyes. I did it around my nose, and I did it a little bit on my chin because I have some redness. So the color corrector is just as needed, depending on what kind of coverage you want. Now I'm going to go in with my highlight color, which is your foundation color. Now I have several colors of foundation in my palette because I think it's important to have several because your skin is going to look different times of the year. So we're in the summer right now, and so I have spent a lot of time at the lake that we live near, and so my skin is a little bit darker than it is through the rest of the year. So it's nice to have several foundation shades in my palette so I can mix and match. So probably in about a month, I will be wearing a lighter color because I will not be out in the sun as much. And so it's nice to have my options. Most women like to have at least 2 foundation colors in their palette just so that they can accommodate for the different colors that you go throughout the year. So I'm just applying this foundation, this highlight shade, just on the areas of my face where I want some evened skin tone. So I am avoiding my cheekbones, and I'm avoiding my forehead on my hairline, and I'm avoiding the sides of my nose because I'm going to go back over with my contour. So you apply this makeup in one layer. I'm not putting 5 layers on my face. I am just applying it in one layer. It's like a paint by numbers. You it's all foundation. It's called 3D foundation. So it makes your face look more alive and youthful without adding all of the layers. So one layer, but lots of different colors of foundation that you apply in one layer. This palette size is the 27, I believe. It's like a 3-layer. So I have one layer for my highlight and contour. I have one layer for my lip and cheeks and my concealers, and one layer for my powders. I personally like to separate my powders and my creams just so that the powder residue doesn't get stuck into my creams. So I like to have at least 2 layers in my palette to separate those. So now I'm just applying a lighter concealer, just a lighter foundation underneath my eyes to brighten that. I have a hair in my eye. And there we have now a more even skin tone. And I'm just using one brush the whole time. Next, let's do contour. So I did my highlight, my foundation, whatever you want to call it, just kind of evened out my skin tone. Now I'm going to go in with my contour, and I have several different shades because I'm a makeup artist and I like to dabble in different looks. And so kind of depending on my day, my mood is what color I will use. Usually I go for this henna color. It's a very neutral contour shade, and that's a great everyday shade. But if I want it more bold, then I go for a darker shade. Most women just have one contour in their palette. So I'm putting that right on my cheekbones. See, now I'm adding that dimension to my face, and I didn't put any foundation right here, so this is just one layer, and it provides coverage, and it also adds that shadow and that dimension. So one layer, but just different colors of foundation. And then I'm going to on this cheekbone, and I'm putting it right underneath my bone, and then I'm blending it like on top. I want to lift my face, give myself that dimension, and increase the look of those cheekbones. So I'm just blending it and patting it, pressing it into my skin. This is cream makeup, so it's really, really easy to apply and blend. It just blends like butter. And in the warmer months, it will be, since it's cream, it will be easier to work with because it's a little bit softer. And in the colder months, it will be a little bit harder. And so just know that. Or you can use like a blow dryer to lightly blow over it to heat it up. So now I have some dimension on my forehead. I just did it right along my hairline. That's where I did not put any of the foundation before. Now I can also do it along the top of my nose if you want to. That's kind of just a matter of preference, just to slim out my nose and add some more dimension. Just doing it on the top edge of my nose. And if you want to have your nose stick out or be brightened a little bit, you can add that brightening highlight color right on the bridge of your nose. And now I have a little bit more slim nose. So also, if you want to, you don't have to, but you can also put your contour right along your jawline to help add some dimension and slim it out a bit more too, especially if you have a jowl or if you have some excess skin. This creates a shadow that will help slim out your jawline and kind of play tricks with the eye. So there I have my highlight, my contour. Next, I'm going to go to the next layer of my palette. Again, if you don't like a ton of products, you can have a smaller compact with just a couple of products instead of a million like I have. Now I'm going to go in with some blush, and I'm going to use my finger and apply it right on the apples of my cheek. This is a kind of a nice light blush, but if you wanted to go a little bit bolder, you could do that, or you can even layer. I'll show you how you can layer. So you can apply one color and then take another color and apply that on top to create your own color. Like, so you have 2 products, but now you have a 3rd shade by layering. So I'm just blending that and patting that into my skin. And because this is cream makeup, it blends really well, and then it just melts into your face, so it gives you that nice natural finish. Now at this point, you can be done with your foundation, your highlight, contour, your blush. You can even add some bronzer if you wanted to. I have my bronzer down here. That just kind of adds some warmth to your face. You want to apply your bronzer on the highest points of your face where the sun would naturally hit. So just those points that kind of stick out a bit more. So once you have that done, you can take your makeup sponge and then you can lightly press and dab that makeup into your skin so that it's more natural and you get that flawless finish. And this has been prepped. This is not dry. This has been damp and then like squeezed out really, really well so that there's no excess water. I'm not swiping and taking the makeup off. I'm just pressing it into my skin to get that nice finish, okay? So now I have done everything for my face except for my illuminator, which is also called like highlighter in other makeup brands. So I have really oily skin, and so I prefer the powder illuminator. It's a little bit more dramatic, and that also works really well with oily skin. So I'm gonna apply that right on top of my cheekbone. You see how it has a nice shimmer. If you want a more subtle look, then the cream illuminator is great also. And then since I do have oily skin, I have my pressed powder right here that you can apply powder on the areas of your skin where you are the oiliest. Or if you just want to set your makeup, powder is a great way to do that. So I'm setting that, pressing that into my face. And I love this powder brush because it places and presses the powder into your skin so you get exactly how much you need. Instead of using a fluffy brush and just brushing it on, kind of sits on the surface. This really gets pressed into your skin and into your makeup, and it just blends really nicely. So I can't live without this. Okay, so now let's do, my face is done. Actually, before we do that, let's move on to our lips. I'm gonna use one of the lip colors, doubles as the lip and, so lipstick and blush. And I'm gonna put it on my lips. And again, like I said, you can layer the colors. So if that's too light or you feel like you're in a mood for something different, you can add another color on top to create your own look. So options are endless. Now we're gonna do my eyes, all in the same compact. I'm not like rummaging through my compact for all the things. And bonus is this is all totally awesome to travel with because it fits into one palette and it's all TSA approved. You don't have to worry about liquids, spilling, getting all over. You can carry this onto your airplane in your carry-on with you. You don't have to check it. My palette has been around the world with me, literally. I've been to 17 countries with this guy. It's awesome. Okay, so I'm just gonna use some of my eyeshadow colors to finish my eyeshadows, my eyeshadow look, and then I'll be good to go. So I'm gonna take this kind of mauve-y purple and apply it in my outer corner and into my crease. This is my favorite eyeshadow combination because it just looks great on everyone. It's a great everyday look, or if you want a little bit more dramatic, you just add more product for a bolder look. And with your eyeshadow application, blending is key. You have to have a good eyeshadow brush. This one right here is great, it's double-ended. Got your fluffy end on one side and you got your kind of smaller pointed one on the other side, and then you want to blend really, really well. That makes such a huge difference in your eyeshadow application. And you can take the smaller end and add a little bit underneath your eye to add a little bit of dimension. And if you mess up a little bit, or if you get some fallout, or just kind of get a little sloppy, don't worry. You can take your other brush at the end and kind of clean up your edges. So I have my dimension, and then I'm going to go in with this lighter color. It's like a nice pink, and put that all over and blend it into the outer crease, outer corner. Eyeshadow does not have to be complicated. Choose a couple to have in your palette, and then mix and match. And there are just a few different techniques you can use to get different looks, but so easy and so quick. You can do your eyeshadow in just a minute. Do that light color underneath my brows and on the inner corner of my eye. Now I'm going to take my brush and clean up those edges so it's a little bit more crisp, and then also pick up any of that fallout. And if I wanted to, I'm not going to today, I also have my eyeliner in my palette too, so you could also apply some eyeliner. If I wanted to define my brows, I could use contour or a brown eyeshadow for my brows. I'm just kind of going for a simple look today because I'm going out on the lake later, so I don't want to put a ton of makeup on. But here I have a really simple, easy makeup look with my Seint palette. You can dress it up, you can dress it down, it can be natural, it can be dramatic, it can be everything in between. Just depends on the colors that you use and the amount of product that you use. But everything is all at my fingertips. I love that it's customizable, so you can choose what you put in your compact, whether it's a big mama compact like this or a smaller one or something in between. It's totally customizable, easy to travel with, easy to do on the go, has a mirror in it so that you can do it on the go in your car. Everything's at your fingertips, so you're not rummaging through your makeup bag full of products, and then you can just replace as needed. Once something's gone, you just take your tin out and you replace just that one. That's it. Or if you want to have like a fall makeup palette, you can create colors for fall. Or if you want to have a summer makeup palette, create one for summer, and anything in between. So I love this. I've been using it for 8 years. I can't even remember. It's been so long. Nothing compares to how amazing this makeup is. I've tried lots of other products as a makeup artist, and I just keep coming back to this because it's so simple and easy to use. So let me know if you have any questions. I specialize in helping women know what makeup colors will look great on them. So fill out my makeup survey. I will put all of the information in the description below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and I will answer. Just take some time to look good so you feel good, and then you can do good. Ciao.